Welcome to Scare Talk, a horror movie podcast for horror film reviews, ratings, rankings, and rumors. Now for your hosts, Danny, Joel, and Katrina.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. This is Scare Talk. I am Danny, and I'm here with Chris Kringle, Katrina.
Okay.
Yeah. And we got Jesus, Joel.
Oh, hey guys, what's up?
A little far.
I'm Jesus tonight.
All right. Jesus in the house.
Okay.
All right. So, on the second day of Christmas, or ScareMas, sorry.
Yes.
On the second day of ScareMas, my true love gave to me Christmas, Bloody
Christmas. Yes.
Yeah, this one came out last year. It's 2022 Christmas horror film with a robot Santa.
Yep.
Joel, who is a part of it.
All right, so this one stars Riley Dandy. She's Tori. She was in A Kiss on Candy Cane Lane, A Hollywood Christmas,
Oh.
and A California Christmas City Lights. For
She's
a character who
Christmas.
hates Christmas, a lot of her
Wow.
filmography are Christmas movies.
That's funny. Okay.
Yeah. And we got Sam Delic. I don't know. He's Robbie. He was in 4 episodes of an Australian show called RFDS. 5 episodes of The PM's Daughter, which I'm assuming is Prime Minister's daughter. And Spiderhead, which I think was a Netflix movie. And
All right.
and then we got Jeff Daniel Phillips. He is Sheriff
Yeah.
Monroe. He's been in several Rob Zombie movies. He was in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, Lords of Salem, 31, and most recently the Munsters movie as the lead, as Herman Munster.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Rob Zombie's Munster movie.
Oh, Rob Zombie did a
That's-
Munster movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
it looked.
Didn't do very well at all. But yeah,
I
he
didn't
did
watch
one.
it. Even the trailer looked so horrible. So I
Yeah.
I don't even know why Rob Zombie would do that.
He was a huge Munster fan. He wanted
Yeah.
a crack at it. He doesn't
Okay.
do, yeah.
Not really his style.
No.
No, it's not. This was written by Joe Bagos, and it was directed by him as well. He wrote Bliss, The Mind's Eye, and Almost Human. No, any of those. And he directed VFW, which I have heard of. It came out like a year ago or so, which is labeled an action horror, so we can do it sometime.
Oh, okay.
Bliss and The Mind's Eye. So the only ones I've heard of is the VFW one. So,
Okay.
and I actually heard it was really good. So that might be
Yeah.
Okay.
I did
an
hear
interesting
about
one.
that All right. Well, it's Christmas Eve, and Tori just wants to get drunk and party. But when a robotic Santa Claus at a nearby toy store goes haywire and begins a rampant killing spree through her small town, she's forced into a battle for survival.
Oh,
All
man.
right. So let's see what the critics think. So it's still fresh. It's a fresh
Yeah.
tomato.
Okay.
It's 77%.
Nice.
Audience score, however, gives it a 43%. So
Wow.
audience find it to be rotten.
They just didn't understand it.
I think it takes a little bit of convincing or watching a few times to be okay with it.
Appreciate.
Okay. Appreciate
Yeah, yeah. I can understand that audience score based off of my initial score of this movie.
it. Okay.
So we'll talk about that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And then IMDb gives it a 5.1.
Man. It's got a low
A
score.
lot of
Yeah.
hate on this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can absolutely understand it.
Okay.
I really can. So, should I go right in
Yeah.
and let you know why?
Yeah, we're disclaimer. We're gonna be talking about spoilers throughout.
Yeah.
This movie is newer, but it is on Shudder. It's been on Shudder for about a year now, so go
Mhm.
check it out on Shudder if you have a subscription, and then come back and talk to us or
Yeah.
listen to us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Talk about it.
If you haven't seen
Yeah.
it yet, it still is worth watching, so that you can hear what we think about it, and and let us know your opinion. Your first watch, and then maybe if you decide, okay, let me watch it again after hearing, then see if your opinion changes and stuff. Because I'll tell you, I think this movie does. For me, it definitely needed a second watch and like a full year break from it and coming back watching it refreshed.
Okay.
I was not excited about having to watch this movie again and having to review it. I mean, I didn't mind reviewing it, but I wasn't excited that I had to watch it again to do so. And I actually enjoyed it a little bit. The characters are super duper obnoxious. So over the top obnoxious. And it's so loud. Oh my gosh. It's like, okay, so the main chick, she's very beautiful. So it's kind of like okay, I kind of want to like you. I want to enjoy watching this, but geez, she's loud. And then she's just getting more and more drunk, which just makes her louder and more obnoxious and ridiculously opinionated. And
yeah,
I get being opinionated. I'm a pretty opinionated person.
Her opinions were crap, by the way.
But
we'll get into that.
And her opinions were very critical of the other person.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my gosh, you are such an infuriating person to be around.
Well,
and so
let's talk about the plot a little bit.
Okay.
So we got this like record store owner and her employee that was closing that night. They go get drunk for the night. It's Christmas Eve. Robot Santa comes. What she's talking about is the dialogue between the two characters, the owner and the employee.
And she will not stop pointing out that he is beneath her.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. Like she just has to make sure he gets it. That you are nothing and I am everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's part of their relationship.
Honestly, so they've known each other for years at this point. Like at least I think they mentioned like 4 or 5 years that they've been like working together and everything.
He's been employed there for at least 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have probably been on the same page as you if like their relationship was brand new and she was acting that way. But like they've known each other for so long that at this point it feels more like flirting than anything to me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It didn't come off.
At her,
it didn't feel. Like it didn't. Honestly, the dialogue in this movie felt natural between two people that were just talking to each other about like having discussions and just the things that they were talking about were like real. Like they were bringing up real bands. Like they talked about Blumhouse for a second. Like these were like real conversations that people were having about stuff that interests them. Like they work at a record store. Of course, they're going to talk about records and like bands and stuff.
Yeah.
So most of the dialogue felt real to me, which I did appreciate.
Yes, and
it didn't feel like it was written down.
Yeah, that's very true. It does it. And I feel like once you already know, okay, she's going to be obnoxious and annoying to listen to, and you're prepped for that, then it's like you can appreciate that the dialogue is very natural. It's super natural. not
Yeah.
supernatural.
Not supernatural, but
But it is very, very authentic. It does almost
Mhm.
feel like they didn't have any lines that were
Yeah.
written for
Yeah.
them. It's like they just were like, hey, just banter about music and about your opinions
Mhm.
on different things and be
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
opinionated about your side.
Yeah.
You know, it almost was like they were just given free reins
Yeah.
to talk about what, and then make sure to throw in these hot names, you know, like make sure to throw
Yeah.
in Blumhouse, make sure to throw in Metallica,
Metallica,
yeah.
Soundgarden.
yeah.
Yeah.
And make sure to talk about these albums or whatever, you know.
Right.
hmm
And yeah, so I absolutely agree with you on that it didn't seem like acting.
Yeah.
hmm
It seemed like two younger people who didn't have much going for them in their lives. Their lives are music, movies, this record store, and party. That's their
Yeah.
lives. And
That's the early 20s.
yeah, and it
that's
seemed like a night of just drinking, going out, having fun, and this relationship between the two that's kind of like this, you know, do they like each other? Or, you know, like this flirting relationship, but they're very similar people.
Yeah.
Because they have their strong opinions on things and stuff.
Yeah.
The dialogue, I was thrown off at first watching it with the dialogue because it is very vulgar and just, it was kind of like Rob Zombie-ish with the vulgarity of the conversations, but it was way better written, way more believable, and just the way, either the way it was acted or just like you were saying, Joel, with the bands and the different albums and the different movies and things like that. Like I could relate to pretty much everything that they were saying. And so I think you have to kind of have that background too to be able to appreciate it at the same time. If you don't know what she's talking about with Metallica and you don't know who Soundgarden is, you don't know about Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows. If you don't know about these
2
things,
is better than the first.
yeah. If you don't know these things, then you might just find it annoying or maybe boring. I don't know. But I know about all this stuff, so I was like, your opinions suck, but I do appreciate that you have opinions on these things and I know what you're talking about. So I thought the dialogue was awesome and very believable. Now, we haven't even talked about Santa.
Yeah.
No.
Well, and the other part of this movie that's very obnoxious for me is the just vulgar sexual stuff that they need to put in there and show us that they're doing.
That's
like,
where the
it
Rob
was
Zombie
like
like connection. I feel like there's definitely some Rob Zombie inspiration here.
Yeah. And it was just like, I don't want to see
a little bit extra.
Yeah, the stuff that they're doing in the toy shop, didn't really want to see all that.
Yeah. Well, and also this is a throwback movie. The way it looks, like video quality, it's like grainy.
Yeah.
The colors and stuff, the sexual like gratuity. It's very 80s. Gratuity? Is that how you say it?
I don't know. I was thinking promiscuity maybe, but I mean gratuity.
Gratuity is something.
It is something.
Gratuitous is, a lot of something. So,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
But when I think of gratuity, I think of like a tip.
Like a tip, yeah.
So, anyways.
Go.
Anyways, it was very 80s slasher type of movie.
Yes, very.
The
and
music,
even the topics and
the
stuff,
topics, the music.
About.
Oh my gosh, it was like, yes, this is cool.
Yeah, and the music, like, I love that they had the music all throughout the movie. But again, this movie was so freaking loud. it was like, oh my gosh. Maybe I'm just really getting old, but wow. This is a loud movie.
You just had it up too loud.
I know. Yeah, we could have turned it down, I guess. I don't know. But I think I know what you mean. Like, there's something with the audio on it.
Yeah,
Because
it was
if we turned it down, we wouldn't be able to catch all the dialogue.
Although it would be hard to not catch hers. But even like she is in such a high pitch that it's almost like I don't even know what you're talking about anymore. Like I'm hearing that you're talking about Metallica, you're talking about this album, you're talking about whatever. They are
talking really fast.
But it's like, and it's like just at this pitch that it's like I'm tuning you out at this point. You're just like, ugh. And I mean, I guess like I'm not a huge fan of going and being around like super plastered people, you know, like. So
there's a lot of drinking going on.
A lot of drinking and other drugs. You know, the one chick's doing lines, and then it's I was never a partier, and I definitely am not now. So I'm an old lady. So Santa. Let's talk about Santa.
Like, not exactly, but it kind of reminded me of those days, you know, like going to the bar, drinking.
It brought us back to the early 20s for sure.
Yeah, you guys had those 20s. I didn't.
I mean, we didn't
experience that, so
we weren't doing lines or anything, but it was.
Let's clear that up.
Going out to the bar, having some drinks, having some drinks, like. It kind of.
We'll end it there.
Yeah, kind of reminds me.
I don't need to hear about the gratuitous part of your night.
That is not part of the
story. It ends with drinking.
And just listening to music, you know.
Yeah.
You know, probably bantering about different movies and stuff. Like
probably Metallica and Soundgarden. I'm sure. And, you know, both those bands were bands that we listened to. So.
Hey guys, I wanted to ask you, why did we choose Zencastr to do our podcast?
It's a good question.
Yeah, it is. So we had gone to a bunch of different companies, different sites, and either the quality wasn't great or the pricing just wasn't in our wasn't what we were wanting to pay. But then we went to Zencastr, and the quality was really good, and the price was very affordable too. So we've been with them for about 6 months or so, maybe slightly less. And it's been really good so far. So yeah.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I remember when you guys were looking around. So
what I like about Zencastr is the ease of it. It's really easy to set up a recording, to invite Joel. We have to invite Joel into the recording. And then after, there's some post-production that you can do. You can do some editing after you're done. So it's like an all-in-one type of service.
Okay, so that's why it doesn't take you as long to do all the editing.
Yeah.
Because guys, it used to take him all night. Now he gets it done pretty quick. He does a bunch of episodes all together. So yeah. Okay, so we actually have a deal for you guys. If you go to zencastr.com/pricing and use my code ScareTalk, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. I want you to have the same easy experience I get for all my podcasting and content needs. It's your time to share your story.
Yes.
Oh my god. That was the best. That was the best kill of this whole thing. He doesn't bleed for anything. There's no blood, nothing. He just slices them in half and he just and it's like you see the inside of him and it's like a toy. It was hilarious. We had to rewind it Even though it's
Nice.
a pretty vulgar part that we rewound it to. Very gratuitous.
You wanted to watch
Gratuitous part.
Yeah. Just wanted to see the sex scenes. We know.
So yeah, he breaks out of the toy store and then, he just goes on a rampage. I thought the kills, the violence, the gore, and the blood and everything was pretty well done. I thought.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
When you see it, because there's another scene where it's so basically a lot of these characters are just thrown in here to add to the body count. So so when you get to Tori's house, apartment, or whatever, and like her sister and her sister's boyfriend or husband is there, they're gonna add to the body count. But the way that they killed the husband was off screen, so it's like, why even have him on? Because like it's just you see a shadow of the axe go down, and that's it. Like you didn't really.
He was
need to have him in the movie.
I think he was just for the funny part where he was like,
he was annoying.
Get the keys or not get the keys? No.
Dude, shut up and get down. Like the power went out. Like, come on.
All right, I'll get the keys. And then he comes back. I got the keys.
Yeah. Well, and it was like it was like it made sense why he was like confused about it at first because it was like he was still waking up, but by now you're awake, dude. Like you should be like sense the room. Like there's something going on.
Well, and Tori,
someone cut the power, everyone's on the ground.
Tori did have like comments about him, like she didn't like him, he was kind of goofy or whatever. And so, he was playing the character, I guess.
Yeah, but
it was just funny.
Yeah. I mean, not everyone can be a great actor.
It was intentional.
But it was funny.
It was intentional.
It was intentional, but it was like stupid.
What about when he threw the kid through the window? Santa, yeah.
I'm like, I don't think he did that.
He threw the kid through the window. And then, like, what's his name?
Was
Bobby?
it? I thought it was the the dad.
Used him as a shield.
No, I think it was the kid.
Yeah, I think it was the dad he threw through the window.
Okay, well, whatever it was, he used him as a shield, and then he took the axe and he just tossed him. He just went flying across the room.
I mean, if it was the kid, I wouldn't have been as okay with him using him as a shield. I'm pretty sure it was the dad.
Okay.
And
the kid was already dead, so it's not like he used a live kid to...
Anytime you see a kid in a movie getting killed by Santa, it's like, oh my god.
You're going to hate Terrifier 3 next year.
I know. I am worried.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Santa was going crazy. The kills, like his strength, he was just tossing people around.
I mean, he's a machine.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. He was like the Terminator Santa.
There were definitely some Terminator scenes in this movie. Yeah. Especially at the end after the explosion, you just like see half of his robotic. Like, that was so cool. I love that.
The cops were so pissed at her too.
Yeah. That whole. That's where I was kind of annoyed with the dialogue, was when they were like upset with her because she was like covered in blood. The other cop is dead, and they're just like yelling at each other. And I was like, okay, this is too much. But I think that was the point.
It was annoying. And it was like, okay, I get that he's upset at first, but it's like at some point, again, same thing with the other guy. At some point, get it. Like, there's something going on. Like, figure it out.
Yeah.
And
very unprofessional.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
No,
and when they said that, I was just going to say, when they said that they were understaffed, was that for the holidays? Was that because everyone quit, or did everyone just want the day off? Because if people just wanted the day off, wake them up and get them over there. Like, this is
Yeah.
serious matter. But if they're understaffed because like there's nobody there, then
Yeah.
that's a different story. But
Right.
it's like
Yeah,
if
he
they're
knows.
understaffed because they just asked for the day off, then
Yeah.
call them up. Like get everyone out there.
Killer Santa on the loose.
Yeah.
I was kind of bummed when the dude died. The main guy. What was his name? Bobby or
Robbie.
Robbie?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
He
Bobby, I don't
he
know.
died pretty quick.
Yeah, I was kind of
Like
bummed.
earlier.
I liked his character, and so that was kind of a bummer that he had.
Did
to die.
he die that quick?
It was like
He died before she got to the police department, like
Yeah.
in the car,
yeah, and then
like on the way there.
cop-
So there was still like a whole.
Oh,
There was
yeah.
still like a good 40 minutes left of the movie before it was over after he died.
Yeah. I mean, just go to sleep by then.
Just leave
But,
town.
like,
Just like
the
get
whole-
out of it.
the whole ambulance scene when like they're at the police department and they just see the ambulance driving super
Oh my
fast
God.
toward the police
Oh, yeah.
department, just crashes into the car.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
Splits it in
Santa,
half.
he is coming.
But
To
the
town.
thing is, though, is right when she sees the ambulance driving, she's like, "It's him," and it's like, why is that your first thought? Like, could it be the ambulance? Like,
No,
okay, I get
No.
that being your first thought once he's like driving crazy, but at this point, it's super far away, and
You
you're
don't think
just
you can
hearing
see that
sirens.
Santa's in that car.
No, absolutely not. And they're just hearing sirens. It's like maybe it's an ambulance. There was a lot of people killed.
But why would the ambulance be coming to the police station? Only Santa would want to do that right now.
It was obnoxious how
He's
quick.
coming to
Santa's
town.
just
How quick.
driving.
Like, it's him.
Yeah.
Like
And then
why did the military program him to drive? Like what is this?
Yeah. And to turn on the sirens. Like he
Yeah.
knew how to
Yeah.
turn those sirens on.
Yeah, he had to get through
And-
traffic.
Oh my gosh.
But and then eventually she gets the ambulance, and then he just like jumps on board in the back.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so cool. Santa. So I have a thing with Santa.
Yeah, you do.
Seeing Santa like out of his element and being different is so funny and awesome to me.
Like the biggest belly laugh from this guy.
Like seeing him walking down the street with his axe, like I was like, "What the heck? This is awesome!"
And he's like, "Oh, Santa! Oh my gosh, Santa!"
I don't know, there's something about
So
that.
excited
That
about
is just awesome.
Oh
So,
man.
Santa slasher, I'm down.
There's more of them.
Yeah,
Santa
but
sleigh.
yeah, that one's too much. That one's a little too much.
Oh, that's too
That's-
much?
Yeah, because it's not. I don't know. It's not as good. That might
Yeah,
end up
it's-
being
it's-
reviewed in a little while. We'll see.
Oh,
Yeah.
are we getting some hints?
Yeah, I mean it's Goldberg, so it's kind of
Yeah.
it's kind of funny.
It's what?
Goldberg, the
Oh.
wrestler,
The wrestler.
as
Yeah.
Santa.
Oh my gosh!
Killing people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to.
So, anyways, this movie's awesome. The red and green, the lighting.
Oh gosh,
the-
that
the
was
lighting was
another
cool.
part.
You don't like the lighting?
Oh my gosh, it was so frustrating, and it was like, oh my, just blinding and just. Oh, and it added to the obnoxiousness of the loud and oh my gosh, so frustrating. It reminded me of like when Kramer was like trying to sleep and he hit the
Oh
chicken
yeah.
floor.
It's
And it's
Kenny
like
Rogers
"Ah!"
roaster.
Yeah. Oh
It
my
is
god.
kinda
oh,
like that.
God.
Oh
It
my
was
gosh.
really over the top.
And I mean, I did appreciate that Tori at least acknowledged,
Yeah.
like she's like, these neighbors with their
their lights.
lights. And then the guy with the ranchero, and he He was like,
My ranchero. Yeah.
yeah, he was like,
Stealing
start
his
focused on the ranchero.
Oh, man. But yeah, the kills were good. The whole end scene, the fight and everything was.
The fight was really cool.
Yeah, she became a badass.
I mean, she was the whole time.
Yeah, I guess she was
but,
the whole time.
But she bragged about it, and it was annoying. I'm a like boss female
boss
or whatever.
Yeah, boss girl. Yeah, I don't know. This is good. It's good stuff.
All right, so let's hear your grade.
My grade?
Yeah,
94.
Wow. Jeez. I gotta keep it to the 85. I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will go back down and go to a 72.
Wow.
Okay, what would your grade have been last year?
Oh, in the 60s for sure.
Okay.
Like it was.
So no, not that much different, I guess.
No, I mean, I don't even know. I really didn't like it last year. But as we're talking about it, I'm like, yeah, I really didn't like this. Like, I just am so annoyed with it. It's not one that I'm like, I want to watch that again.
Yeah.
And the like super action fun parts, it's like by then I'm already checked out too much because I'm just like, oh, this chick. Like, I really want to like her. I really want to enjoy her. She looks like a character from my soap opera that I like. So she looks like someone I really want to like. I don't. Okay. She was just too much.
You should watch some of her Christmas movies. Maybe.
Maybe
you'll like.
Yeah. And I feel like I do like the authenticity of the interactions, but the authenticity of the interactions are just with her and her coworker. So once he's gone, the movie sucks because like really he was the one who was keeping it alive.
That would be the negative that I would have is, and I already said I didn't want him to die, especially that early on in the movie. I thought it would have been more interesting to have their banter and their interactions further with Santa and stuff, especially as he's like, you think he's dead and then he's not, I feel like there could have been some good dialogue there.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah. And in the cop area, because there was clearly like some conflict between the one cop and, is it Robbie?
I don't remember his name.
I think it is.
I think it's Robbie.
Okay.
There was clearly conflict between them. Like,
the sheriff.
The sheriff did not like him and everything, and so that could have continued that dynamic. The interactions with the cops were just so obnoxious, and like, any other interactions in the film were. She kept saying, you have to go check the store. And he's like arguing with her. And it's like, why are you guys spending time arguing about this? Just go. Anyway. All right.
Now, hold on.
Oh.
We got to do this for each movie.
Oh, yeah.
Was this a Christmas movie? This is a tricky one.
This is.
It is a tricky one.
I mean... I think it has to be because if you took Christmas out of this movie, you wouldn't have a killer.
To take him out of it.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a killer.
Yeah.
So if Santa is the killer, that's like guaranteed Christmas movie.
But does it have to be a Santa like robot though? Like it could have. The military created this thing. It could have been anything.
It could have been
that went rogue.
Terminator or whatever.
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be the same movie. But it wouldn't be that movie.
Yeah.
So
Santa was a big element, and you can't replace Santa.
Yeah.
He's irreplaceable.
Yeah.
True.
And it felt kind of like, snowing and stuff. This was actually filmed in Placerville.
Yeah, and I did not see it. I was looking for it. Well, I mean, I know what you said.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like, I was looking for it, and I'm like, no, it didn't feel like that to me.
It did to me.
Okay.
The like old
I mean, it felt like an old
stores and
town,
stuff,
whatever, but not specifically Main Street.
No. Well, maybe it wasn't specifically that.
I was
but-
looking for like, okay, are there going to be spots where I can recognize?
Yeah.
You know,
It was Placerville and LA, so there was 2 locations.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that the Placerville stuff was on that street with the snow and everything.
Nice.
So, anyways, just a
Wow,
little fun.
a pretty
fact
local one.
about that.
Fun
Yeah,
fact.
it's over
Yeah.
here. Yes,
Yeah, not
so-
that
Yeah.
I
our
don't know.
scare talkers are necessarily
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the area. But
Local
that's
to
a little
Sacramento.
town by us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a Christmas movie.
All right,
Christmas
it's official.
horror slasher.
Yep.
All right, cool. Good job. Good job. Christmas Funny
Sweet.
Christmas.
Yep.
Our
We got a
first
Christmas
official
movie.
Christmas horror movie
Yeah.
First
for this year.
of this year,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That we've reviewed this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of the 12
First
days
ever
Of the
Christmas
ScareMas.
movie. Yeah. Come on, guys.
In general.
Okay.
No.
This has been Scare Talk. This has been
But we're
ScareMas. Oh, wait.
we still have
What
to.
are we doing?
All right, so
We're not
next,
done yet.
Ah.
so we're done with day 2 of the 12 days of ScareMas. Tomorrow is day 3, and
Day
Joel's
3.
picking the movie. So Joel,
I am, and
what is your
the
pick?
movie is not necessarily technically a Christmas movie, but it is in the general theme vicinity of it. It is 1980s The Thing. So
All right.
John Carpenter's The Thing, which I'm surprised in 200 episodes we've never covered.
Which I am glad
But-
because I have not seen it yet. I've watched,
Okay.
I've seen little bits while he's been watching it, but I have
Mhm.
not seen the full movie, and it has been on my list of movies to watch. So thank you for
Nice.
picking this, Joel.
Yeah,
This
Yes.
will be fun.
a lot of
It will
snow.
Yep.
So it's definitely kind of related. So
Yes.
all right. So look forward to that one tomorrow. Yeah.
This has been ScareMas.
Sleep tight.
Don't let the robot Terminator Santa bite.
What the heck?